Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. This is all about how Enzo Fernandez is going to transform Chelsea. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. It's been a second. I have been sick yet again, and I've just spent the last 30 minutes trying to figure out why my camera isn't focusing. It seems to be working now, so I really hope that it stays that way. And like I mentioned, this is all about Enzo Fernandez, and unless you've been living under a rock, you'd have seen that Chelsea have signed Enzo Fernandez from Benfica for a Premier League transfer fee of £106 million. Negotiations started at the beginning of the transfer window. It looked like talks had broken down. I had made my peace that Enzo wasn't going to join Chelsea, at least not in this January transfer window. And then a couple of days ago, talks started picking back up and news outlets started reporting this, especially January 30th and 31st. I really began to have hope, and I was just refreshing Twitter constantly to see if there was any new news, especially January 31st, yesterday. If you're watching this on Wednesday evening, it was just an absolute madness. So at about 1 hour until the deadline closed, Chelsea and Benfica agreed to the fee and terms for the transfer of Enzo Fernandez. It's going to be made in 6 payments, with a payment of about £40 million, I believe, up front. Excellent work by Chelsea's board, and Chelsea really worked tirelessly to get this deal done. They have been on it, and apparently they did not take no as an answer, and Enzo really wanted to join Chelsea as well. So let's talk a little bit about Enzo Fernandez. What do we know about him? Well, he played half a season for Benfica. He's played 17 games for them. They actually just signed him from River Plate for £10 million at the beginning of the season. And of course, he's also starred for Argentina in the World Cup. He was one of their key players and won the Young Player of the Tournament award, and he of course lifted the World Cup trophy with Argentina. He's only 22 years old, so why have Chelsea decided to spend big for him now? First, let's talk a little bit about Chelsea's midfield. So you had Jorginho, who has now since been transferred to Arsenal, which was a deal that I absolutely didn't see coming. I honestly thought that he was going to leave for free in the summer to an Italian side. But you had Jorginho, who was a really great passer of the ball. He was also a metronome type of player. Then you have Kovacic, who is really good at progressing the ball. And you have Conor Gallagher, who is really energetic, and he's going to basically run all over the pitch and try to defend, win the ball back. He's also quite good in attack. Those are the 3 main players that Chelsea have been using. Of course, you have Zakaria, who is more of a defensive presence, but he's out injured. N'Golo Kante as well, out injured, so not taking him into consideration. But Chelsea really for some time have lacked this really creative presence, box to box in midfield, and I really do think that they have got that in Enzo Fernandez. So what sets Enzo apart from the rest? What makes him such an exciting talent and prospect? First off, he's a quite versatile player. He's played in different formations for Benfica, sitting on the left side of the midfield in a 4-3-2-1, and for Argentina. And really for Benfica, he's been the metronome of that team. He has an unrelenting ability to dictate the pace of a game, and he's also very comfortable in possession. He's also shown an attacking creativity for Benfica. He has 5 assists for them so far in the league, with an average expected assist of 3.7, so he's outperforming what's expected. He's not always going to be the one getting the assists or the goals, but he's oftentimes going to have his fingerprints around what was created. One thing that really sets him apart are his diagonal passes. He really has an eye for seeing that, and I just think of the likes of Mudryk, of Joao Felix, when fit, Reece James, Ben Chilwell, getting on the ends of those passes passes, and I think that that could be something really, really special. And something that Chelsea have struggled with this season is how they move the ball through the center of the pitch. While they're third in the Premier League for total passes, they ranked us 11th for through balls and 10th for switch passes. So this is something that Enzo can definitely make an immediate impact with. I think that this is really going to help Chelsea have those progressive passes that are going to break down those low block teams. So Enzo's very good at long balls, diagonal balls, progressive passes. He really has a creative vision. He's very box-to-box midfielder. So that is a profile that Chelsea really haven't had in the side, and I think that he's only going to grow with the team and get better. It's so exciting. And a fun fact is that Enzo Fernandez attempts and completes more long passes than 99% of midfielders in Europe. His stats are just insane. And of course, you can't just look at underlying stats, but that looks extremely promising. While he's good attacking wise, he's also strong defensively. He really is a strong tackler. And for example, his 10 tackles in the World Cup final were the most since any player since 2006. The thing is that he still is young, so I do think that this is an area that he could potentially improve on, because sometimes he can be a little bit reckless in his tackles, so he's going to have to be careful. Hopefully we won't see another red card on his debut, but that's an area that he'll have to keep an eye on and potentially work on. But overall, he really is a very exciting prospect. He has a really strong work ethic. His potential is through the roof. While people might look at the fact that Benfica paid 10 million for him at the start of the season, now we've just gotten paid over 100 million. Yes, it does seem inflated, but they do think that they're getting a gem. And I saw this from Liam Toomey, which I thought was really interesting as well. He says, I've worked out that signing Enzo Fernandez over an 8.5-year contract for 120 million euros costs broadly 12.3 pounds per year. If Chelsea waited till the summer and signed an 80 million euro midfielder on a 5-year contract, that works out at 14.1 million a year. So Chelsea's board really seems to have worked magic. It seems like a lot of money up front, but since the cost is going to be amortized over the entire length of the contract, which is 8.5 years, it actually does work out to be quite favorable. And overall, this aligns with Chelsea's transfer strategy of signing young talent who have quite big potential to have a very exciting future on long-term deals. Time will tell if it works out. I think having that tag of being the most expensive player in the history of the Premier League so far is a lot to handle, and I just hope that it doesn't weigh down on him or weigh down on his performances, because Chelsea really have the potential to have signed a gem. I have personally thought that this season was a bit of a wash at this point, but with all these signings that Chelsea have made, they could challenge for top 4. I still do think that it's a very high uphill battle and it's going to be difficult, but it's could be within the realm of possibility, and they've certainly done everything that they could in this transfer window to get in those signings. What do you guys make of this transfer? Let me know. I'm going to be going even deeper on Enzo Fernandez tomorrow with my friend Adrian from Rabona TV, so I'm very excited about that. That's going to be out about 8-ish p.m. UK time if I can get it out before stream, otherwise it'll be a little bit later, but that's coming out tomorrow. Yes or yes, so keep your eyes out for that. Let me know how you would rate this transfer in the comments down below. How are you feeling about it? And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, evening, whatever time you're watching this. And until next time, I'm out. Bye!